My name is Frank D. Murphy, former NFL player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Miami Dolphins, Houston Texans, and I was drafted by the Chicago Bears. I was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. There were hard times there because I made some bad decisions. I got bullied. It pushed me to gravitate to something I call the fake ID. There's a picture of you, but everything on there is a lie. I found myself incarcerated at the age of 15. I knew right then it was time for me to make some different decisions, but I didn't know how, because the residue of that environment I stayed in made it very hard for me to make better decisions. But then I started putting myself around the right crowd, involving myself in the right activities. And when you begin to do that, you'll see changes start to take place in your life, and that's what happened to me.
But I don't belong here. I'm not a criminal. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You need to be a leader and not a follower. Yes, sir.
I would hope that any school, college, organization that watches this play will give them an opportunity to see that no matter how many times you drop the ball, you can still pick it back up. Sometimes in our environment, we only get one choice. Now my job is to make sure they have a second choice. So when they tired of that one choice, killing their dreams, killing their purpose, they'll begin to look at the choice that this stage play, Man Behind the Helmet stage production, has presented to them, and then they'll begin to make the right choice. It's not just for them. It may be for their kids or even their grandkids. That's how you gotta think. And that's one thing that I'm big on, leaving legacy.
Yes, I dropped the ball. Yes, I've been in trouble. Yes, I've been behind bars, but I didn't give up.
Hearing stories are so important to me. I like to hear what other people think about what I'm doing, how they feel about the impact that we're making with stage plays and the book and the curriculum. And I got a call by a friend of mine, and he said, "Frank, I just want to tell you that you're impacting people you don't even know." He said, "Man, one of my friends was a big time drug dealer, and he also was trying to go to college. And he looked at what you was doing, and he heard your testimony and your story of how you fought through adversity and how you still, no matter how many times you failed, you got back up. No matter how many times you got hurt, bad decisions you made, you got back up." And he said you didn't quit. So when he heard your story, he stopped selling drugs. He started going back to college. He stopped playing games. He stopped doing all the things that you talked about, and he changed his life. I played for the Miami Dolphins. And I had the room with a guy. I walked in the room and looked at the guy and was like, "Man, how you doing?" And before you know it, this guy just kept staring at me. And I said, "Hey man, you okay? Why you keep staring at me? Are you okay?" He said, "Man, how did you do it? How did you overcome? I read your story, all the stuff you've been through in life. How did you overcome? Because I need your help, because I'm on cocaine and I can't stop. I need your help." If that's the impact that I'm having, I have to keep this going.
I know you can feel that a higher purpose is pulling at you, son. Think about those words you've always told people. Don't let your purpose go to the graveyard with you.
I always say, if you let your purpose go to the graveyard, you cheated your next generation. And I don't want to cheat my next generation. So I look into things of my life, how I can relate it to their life and say, listen, you can make better decisions. You can be a person of character, integrity, honesty, and be truthful about the things that you're doing. When I was in high school, I had an opportunity to go to big universities. But you know what? I didn't have the grades. Why? Because I chose to play around and make bad decisions. Went on to junior college. When I got to junior college, I still didn't learn my lesson. While all my friends was going to big schools, I had to go to a junior college because I didn't value my education. And then I made some bad decisions, hanging around the wrong crowd, trying to fit in, taking that fake ID. And because I took that fake ID, I got suspended for the whole year off the football team. But they allowed me to stay in school and get my education. And you know what? I went from a 1 point something, I raised it to a 3.2. Went on to Kansas State University, got an opportunity to play for one of the best coaches that I met, Coach Bill Snyder. I got there and I still made some bad decisions. I took money from a booster. I wasn't educated about that. I didn't know that. At that time, I needed that money to help me. But it's still rules and regulations in place that we have to follow as college students. And I didn't do that. I made a bad decision. I got suspended for 4 games. And those 4 games hurt me. It hurt my family, my draft stock. It hurt everything that I was trying to change and stood for. When I left Kansas State University, I still got drafted. But, I supposed to went higher. Well, why I didn't go higher, you may ask? It's because of my past. All those past mistakes that I made that I should have listened. I should have listened to my teacher, my parents, my coaches. It dropped my draft stock. And because it dropped my draft stock, that limited me from doing more for my family and doing more for my community. If you choose things such as the stage play, and it's educational, or curriculum, or even the book called The Man Behind the Helmet, it will impact their lives forever. Why do I talk about these things and what make me qualified? My life story do. And because I'm talking about my life story, it's going to encourage and impact somebody else not to go down to the same road that I went down. Choose a different path. Make a better decision. But it don't start a year from now, it starts now, right now. So on my clock, on my watch, I will not let the next generation fail. Thank you.